officially at the Strategic Studies Institute, which belongs to the Army, so I have to say that I'm expressing my own views and not those of the Army or the Department of Defense. The movement of the Islamic resistance, Hamas, reflects the unique circumstances marking the Palestinian experience, namely their lack of sovereignty, the occupied territories' then-to-stand status, the deplorable condition of the Palestinian refugee communities throughout the Middle East, the factionalization of their leadership, and it is also one of the Palestinian responses to the Islamic awakening or revival that took place throughout the Muslim world. I will reflect on certain continuities in Hamas's history, but I will also point out that the movement has evolved and has been very flexible indeed. Emerging from the Palestinian Muslim Brotherhood in Gaza, Hamas bears all the hallmarks of the Brothers, or Ikhwan, who call for dawah, reform, and Islamization of society, adala, social justice, and hakmiyah, the sovereignty of God, which can only be realized through the Sharia.
The Saudis were severely restricting donations to Hamas on the grounds that it was a Shin Bet, Israeli domestic internal security front. You reminded us that, in fact, the Israelis had a role in the beginning in facilitating, if not sponsoring, the growth of Hamas in order to build a kind of religious firebreak against the secular PLO. It's a great irony for which I hope had some role in Shin Bet, because it didn't work out too well. Second, this brings me to the point that you mentioned the attempted assassination of Khalid Mashal in Jordan. That actually was with a biological agent. I think it was the first time that biological warfare on an individual level had been practiced, and Prime Minister Netanyahu had to apologize and provide the antidote to that. But that illustrates another point, and that is that it is hard to get a life insurance policy if you're a Hamas politician. I mention this because if you go on the Middle East Policy Council website, you will find interviews with a fairly large number of Hamas leaders, all of whom are now dead. Over the years, we have tried to interview them through professional